Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I know I've been a little late, and also I've been kind of holding off on this. So I was really hoping to kind of get. I wanted to do this a few days ago, but I was actually kind of thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe if I just kind of hold off until I order the thing. But I'm just gonna get into it because a lot of information has dropped onto the networks right now. So. Indomitus, so the Indomitus box set comes out this Saturday. Well, not this Saturday. Pre-orders start this Saturday, but they're going to do a 2-week. But what they're doing is they're doing a 2-week video. A 2-week video. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought today. It's going to be a 2-week pre-order. So not only are we going to get the Indomitus box set, but we're going to get things like some new models on for pre-order, and some new books and all that. So it's like this is going to be the big reveal, because of course it's a new edition. Like, you would have to do 2 weeks of new, so not just new models but also new lore, new everything. So let's talk about what was so last Saturday was the face-off. Was what was called the face-off. They faced off multiple models against each other in the box set against each other. So like they faced off the Primaris Captain against the Necron Lord and all that. But in this video I'm gonna talk about all the stuff that the Space Marines are going to be getting in this book, and likely what the Space Wolves are going to be getting. Now, there are some, because I'm a Space Wolf player, there are going to be some alterations that they're going to have to do, that I'm likely going to have to do to make this a little more, to make the models I'm going to get a little more wolfish. So, let's see. So let's just talk about what's in the box right now. So you have the Primaris Captain, which has a power sword and a storm shield. Actually, an interesting thing. Now I'm going to get into this when we hit the rules stuff, but I'm going to get deeper into this when we hit the rules stuff. So what they're going to be going for is like there have been changes for models, but the thing is that for rules. But the thing is that they're not going to be in. For everybody, it's not going to be all across the whole board. So it's in the booklet, but it might change later on when the codex is released. So when the new 9th edition codex is released, so it's kind of like, let's hold off these rules are just going to be in the book for these models in the book for right now, but they could change, they could remain in the whole thing. So it's like, we'll see. So you have the Primaris Captain. He has a relic storm shield and a power sword. You have the Primaris Lieutenant, who has a Neo-Volkite pistol and a storm shield and a power sword as well. The Primaris Chaplain, they've got a new Primaris Chaplain, not like the one with the hood thing, which is kind of cool. I know I kind of pronounce this as Judicare, like the Judicare models. But those people that pronounce it the Judiciaire. You have the Primaris Veterans now. They've added Primaris Veterans they're called the Blade Guard Veterans. You have the Blade Guard Ancient, who's basically a Blade Guard veteran whose primary job is kind of like boosting the defense boosting the abilities of the Blade Guard vets. Then you have the new Primaris Heavy Support Squad, called the Eradicators. These are kind of like the version of the Devastators. They're in Gravis armor, which is actually pretty good. But they also have what are called Melta Rifles. Now the big talked about unit here is the Assault Intercessor Squad. Now it's 10 models in the box. It's going to come 10 models with the unit. So what they're equipped with is that what they're equipped with are chain swords, of course, and heavy bolt pistols. And the sergeant or pack leader for me is going to gets the option of using a plasma pistol. Alright, so now the new fast attack choice for Primaris is the Outriders. You know, and we talked about this in a video. They get everything. They get the chain sword. They get the bolt pistol. They get the heavy bolt pistol. They get the actually no, I think it is heavy bolt pistol. They get the chain sword, the heavy bolt pistol. They get the twin bolt rifles on the bike, which is cool. And that's the Space Wolf stuff that was announced that's in the box. So they've also come out with the new, and also what they've come out with, actually I think I talked about this one in a previous video, the ATV and the Firestorm and I can't remember. It's this new turret that they add. It's this new turret that's piloted by a Tech Marine. But they've also added, but what's going to be coming is some new models that's going to be for a lot of these guys. My friend is going to love that. This is going to really want to try and get the Silent King model. But we now have a Primaris Tech Marine. Somewhere down the line, now I'm saying this, somewhere down the line in time, someone's going to have to say, so either they're going to do upgrade kit, like they're going to have to do some, like Games Workshop is not going to have to do like, okay, we're just going to sell one upgrade kit that just takes care of a combat squad. They need to make it so that you can upgrade, like, okay, you can have spare upgrade parts. So like, okay, I want my Primaris Tech Marine to be an Iron Priest, meaning that a Primaris Iron Priest, he's going to have things like so what's he going to have? Because Primaris, because the Iron Priests are different from Tech Priests. We have the servo harness, but we have thunder hammers, or actually what we use is tempest hammers. And also our common weapon is the Hellfrost pistol. So I wonder how they're gonna fix that, because it really leaves like, because like people are like wondering, oh, how am I gonna get my army to be looking like Dark Angels, or more Blood Angels, or more Salamanders. Because the thing is like, and also the thing is that how is this going to affect the use of units? Because basically what has happened with Primaris Marines is that they're more durable and their weapons are more potent. So what's going to happen? So the question is that what's going to happen to Grey Hunters, Blood Claws? And I know people say they're gonna phase them out, but then but the problem is that by phasing them out, you're going to stripping away a lot of the individuality of the chapter itself. So how are you going to do that? So like, are you going to keep the hunt? Like, are you going to, because really you can't change the Grey Hunter models, because they're old types of sets. So how are you going to function that? Because it's like, you know how Grey Hunters, they're well rounded. They have chain swords, they have bolt guns, they have bolt pistols. They can charge in and they can hold their own. Same with Blood Claws. So it's like, you're not seeing, because so basically what you're doing is that for tournament, so it feels like you're focusing more on tournament play, while also kind of cutting out a lot of the thematic cheese that the armies have. But anyway, so one of the interesting things that was revealed was the Hammerfall bunker. It looks amazing. It's basically as if a drop pod sat down on accidentally sat down on if the accidentally sat down on the on a oh my gosh, I'm losing it here. If a drop pod accidentally sat down on a whirlwind and landed on an Imperial fortification. But so far the Hammerfall bunker is said that it can hold. It's a drop pod bunker. I'm not sure how if units can go in, or if it's servo turret controlled. I don't know what, but it's big, so something's got to fit in it. But it looks very powerful, because what it does is that it has a hammer. Because what its primary weapon is the Hammerfall missile launcher, and it has on all four sides you can choose to either set up a heavy bolter or a twin heavy bolter or a twin heavy flamer. So the Hammerfall missile launcher has what is called super frag missiles and super crack missiles, range 72, both of them. Super frag is heavy 2d6, strength 6, 0 AP. So if you could set that up as like you might be able to set that up on your deployment zone, but I would say it's better for you if you deploy it as like with a drop pod squad force or an outflanking unit or a series of outflanking units. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So here's the face-off. The assault intercessors are basically like any assault marines, but with Primaris abilities. 4 to 9 intercessors with 1 intercessor sergeant is movement 6, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3, 4. Basically it's a standard weapon stats. It's just that they have an extra wound. They all have heavy bolt pistols, and the sergeant has a plasma pistol. But the interesting thing here is the Astartes chainsword. Now the thing is that they're likely going to change it. Like somewhere down the line, they're probably going to change that from being like a Astartes chainsword to maybe a Primaris chainsword or something, because it has a minus, because the 8 armor piercing is -1. So that's going to be an interesting development. And of course, it has Angels of Death and combat squads, but so far I thought that it was kind of like a weird thing. But then I found in another with the Outriders that they have Astartes chainswords, and they're also AP -1. So I think a lot of people thought, thought online when this was revealed, Astartes, meaning that my classic Marines are actually going to be viable in close combat. And I was personally thinking, if they're going to do that with chainswords, what are they going to do with like standard bolt guns? So like the only difference between a bolt rifle and a bolt gun would just be range. But anyway, so the assault intercessor squad is also 5 powered. Like the thing is that with the power rating with units is that you can use that to get models for the new strategic reserve, so you can keep the models. So you can I can take a few models and then outflank them. Let's see, Outriders. Okay, they can move 14 inches. They have 4 wounds. That's good. Then they're loaded for bear. I mean, God. And they have this rule: devastating charge. If this unit makes a charge move, add 2 to the attack characteristic of models in this unit until the end of the turn. So that's good. But so far the unit only has 3 models. But their weapon loadout is they have a heavy bolt pistol. They have twin bolt rifles, Astartes chainsword, frag and crack grenades. So that's pretty good. That's amazing. And also the thing about blast. Also the thing is, I don't think I covered it. Blast weapons are a major change. It's like Because with blast weapons, you can use, like, if you're going up against a model, if you're going against a unit that has 6 or more models, like 6 to 10 models, then it can't. Then what you can do is that the your fire, you can't shoot less than 3 hit. You can't hit less than 3. So, like a frag grenade, if you're firing D6, okay, against a squad of 6 models, then that's hitting on 3. Then that's about 3 hits. If you roll like a 2, if you roll like a 2, it becomes a 3. The Blade Guard Veteran Squad. It's 3 models with the 2 standard and Sergeant. They have heavy bolt pistols. They have master-crafted power swords. Actually, what's also interested me is that the AP on the power sword is not AP -4. It's AP -3. Let's see. And they have an interesting thing: storm shields. Now remember, what they said, that what's in these books, are not reflected across the entire Space Marine and successor, so it's across the entire Space Marine codexes. So these are basically experimental rules that they're kind of testing out and like putting out there so that people can play, and then they'll wait on the feedback. So the storm shields are, so the Blade Guard veterans, they all get storm shields. They have a 4+ invul save instead of a 3+, but they improve the bearer's save characteristic by 1. So the way I see it, so basically it's saying improves the bearer's save characteristic by 1. Now a lot of people say, okay, and I finally get it now. Sorry, I jumped in the middle of my head. So that means the Blade Guard Veteran Squad has a 2+ armor save. So, and a lot of people thought, oh, you know what, they're going to do that for Terminator squads and their storm shields, meaning that, oh, AP -1 weapon, but it says save characteristic, not save roll. Meaning that, okay, Blade Guard veterans have a 2+ armor save with a 4+ invul save. That's actually good. Meaning that AP minus, meaning that like against AP -1, your Blade Guard veteran has a 3+ armor save but no AP weapons. Your Blade Guard veteran has a 2+ armor save. So you kind of want to get these guys into heavy combat, or like these guys can cut through a lot. They have 4 attacks each. No, they have 3 attacks with the sergeant having 4. So it's actually not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's a powerful unit right there. But you have to be careful, because that 4+ save. You have to be very careful with 4+ saves. 3+ is okay, but 4+ is rough. And now you have the Blade Guard Ancient. Now the Blade Guard Ancient is not much of a melee guy. He's a support. He's basically a support unit. So what he has is an Astartes banner, which means that hold on, this is a different change. And actually they've explained that they've announced it as an aura ability, meaning that if it's an aura ability, if you have and if it's as a character, you can probably give him a chapter ability or a warlord trait. So let's see, add 1 to Astartes banner, make regular Space Marine banner, add 1 to the leadership characteristic of models in friendly chapter units whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model. In addition, roll 1d6 each time a model. Yeah, it's basically on a 4+. Models that are killed get to fight it, can fight once, can shoot once, or fight. Deeds of Heroism is one of the abilities. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by friendly chapter Blade Guard models whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model. That would be good if they can make it okay, veterans or like I want there to be more synergy across, because what's happening is that there's the synergy between Space Marines and even in the non-codex compliant chapters, it's all chopped up. It's all the synergy is not flowing it's not flowing throughout the army. It feels like it's being cut up, and it's not flowing proper. It's not really flowing. So that's why it's like there has to be. It's like that's why this thing there has to be synergy here. If there's no synergy, then the armies are breaking apart. There's no you're having people spend more and more money. Of course, that's what GW wants people to do, but you're forcing people to spend more and more money for the newest stuff. The Primaris Captain, Relic Shield. Now the Relic Shield is different. Okay, I got ahead of myself. 2+ weapon skill, ballistic skill 2+, 4+ armor save. No, not 4+ armor save, 3+ armor save. But he has a 3+ armor save. Actually, his 3+ armor save becomes a 2+ because of his Relic Shield. Now, his Relic Shield is that every time he suffers a mortal wound on a 4+, that mortal wound is ignored. That's pretty cool. That's powerful. But he gets a 4+ invul save from his Iron Halo. So that Relic Shield is just basically a feel no pain. It's just a 4+ feel no pain with a +1 to his armor save, which turns his armor save from a 3+ to a 2+. Okay. So you have the Judiciar, the Judiciar, I think. Man, I'm going to be bouncing that one off in my head for a while. Alright, so he has an absorb. So basically, he's kind of like a combination of execution of champion. So it sounds like the Judiciar is a combination of a company champion with a chaplain. So he has an Absolver bolt pistol, which is a strength 5, AP -1, 2 damage. Executioner Relic Blade. He has an Executioner Relic Blade. Now, each time he makes an attack, an unmodified wound roll of a 6. Inflicts a 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to any other damage. So he has 3+. So he gets a 3+ armor save. No, I'm not. What am I saying? So that's a strength +3. So that's strength 5, 6, 7. So that's strength 7, AP -3, 2 damage. That can kill a lot. And he has he has an invulnerable save, but only that invulnerable save is good in close combat. So he has it's called parry, blade parry. He has a relic. He has this thing called a tempor mortis. At the start of each fight phase, select one enemy unit within 6 inches of this model. That unit cannot fight until all other eligible units have done so that phase. So you can basically with that. So basically, it's a time. It's an hourglass. It's temporal sand. So that's it for the rule. So there was the Eradicators. Here it is. The Eradicator squad is a 3-man squad. Likely going to be 6 when a more customizable unit comes out. The customizable kit comes out. Movement 5 inches. Not bad. 3+. Actually, no, that is standard for Gravis. Weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, T4. No, T5. 3 wounds. That's powerful. With a 3+ armor save, if you can bump their armor save up, to a 2, up to where it's a +1 to their armor save roll. That's bonus. Bolt pistol. That's a strength 4 AP0. AP0. They have a bolt pistol. You would think that they would get a heavy bolt pistol, but it seems that the heavy bolt pistols are more focused for like I'm intent on using this thing. But melta rifles strength but basically a melta rifle is a combination of it's basically like a multi-melta with a standard melta gun. Range 24, assault 1, strength 8, AP minus 4, D6 damage. So it's basically like a standard thing. But they have a rule called total obliteration. In your shooting phase, you can declare this unit will only shoot in a single. Sorry. In your shooting phase, you can declare this unit will only shoot a single target. If you do so, select one target unit from this unit for this unit. Models in this unit can shoot twice this phase, but they can only target that enemy unit. That's powerful. That's very powerful. The Eradicator squad could do a lot of damage to heavy units. You could basically take out some Terminators if you want, some poorly guarded Terminators. But anyway, so is there more? The Tech Marine. Oh right, the Primaris Chaplain on bike. Earlier this year, they retired the Chaplain on bike character into the Legends books. So basically, they cleared the way for this fellow, which is a Primaris Chaplain on bike. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting at? The synergy is not there in the way you would expect it to be. It's all like synergy from there to there, and it's a roadblock. Another new synergy. Then another roadblock. There's the synergy kind of stops and goes, but it stops, drops off, then gets a new fate, then gets a new look, and then starts another form of synergy. So this guy's just basically a chaplain on a bike. So, also just to know for all the Necron players, if you watch this, you're getting that Satan Void Dragon shard, which has been on people's minds for a long time. But okay, so this is on to some other stuff. July 11th is going to be the pre-order day. Pre-orders. So that means that that you're going to have to be online and ready to go at 1 o'clock to get your order of Indomitus. And also, while you're at it, you can get the new chapter approve, which is the Munitorum Field Manual and the Grand Tournament 2020 mission pack. Now this is going to contain all the stuff for composing your own personal tournaments and all that stuff, but also the points values for the models that have been reduced or improved, that have either been reduced or increased for this new edition. The reason that they increase the points is so that it's doing a reset of basically it's doing a reset of all the new stuff. You can also get a new a Crusade Journal. The Crusade Journal is basically some way you can track your campaigns, your army, and kind of give them boosts about their and use requisition points, because what they're doing is that they're making it so that they're really trying to make the Crusade rules something that everybody can use, like for matched play or open play, whatever they can. And a lot of people say, oh, the power levels in match play and open play and open war play was a very foolish thing, but it's actually a good idea. It's you're trying to get people in. You're not trying to get more people into the game. You're not trying to intimidate them. And sure, you don't want them to feel stupid, So the game comes out. The new edition will come out on the 25th of July. So I hope you all are ready, and I hope you all have some money. I know I've got some ready to go. But anyway, I hope you all have a great time. I hope see you all in next go, and happy hunting.